Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into this amazing, timeless story. It's a simple parable, but trust me, it holds a pretty powerful secret for finding some mental peace and finally breaking that cycle of overthinking.
All right, let's just jump right in with a question, something a Zen master once asked. Imagine this. You hold a simple glass of water for an entire day. What happens? I bet the answer isn't what you're thinking.
You see, the answer to that little riddle, well, that's the key. It's the key to getting out from under all that stress and anxiety that comes from overthinking. And if you can really grasp this one simple idea, it can completely change the game when it comes to how you deal with your own thoughts.
But okay, before we get to the big reveal, we need to talk about the person who inspired this whole lesson in the first place. There was this young man, and his struggle is, well, it's absolutely crucial to understanding the solution. We gotta know why this riddle was even asked.
So this young man, he was literally trapped by his own mind, just stuck in this painful, totally exhausting loop, and he just couldn't escape the crushing weight of his own thoughts. And this overthinking, it wasn't just a minor thing. It poisoned every single part of his life. He was haunted by old bad memories. He'd obsess over the tiniest little slights from other people. And he was just constantly replaying negative stuff in his head. It trapped him in this constant state of stress and mental anguish. And because of that, there's no way he could keep up good relationships or even focus on his work. It was all consuming.
His mind basically had two settings. The first one, blaming everyone and everything else, cursing his fate, God, you name it. The other setting, plotting these super detailed mental revenge fantasies against anyone he thought had wronged him. So, yeah, there was just zero room left for any kind of peace.
So finally, he just hit a wall. He reached his breaking point. He was absolutely desperate for a way out of this constant mental chaos, so he went looking for help from a wise Zen master. Okay, so here's where things get interesting. The master's response was, well, it was definitely not what the young man was expecting. This is where the real lesson kicks in. So the master listens, super patiently to this whole story. And then, without saying a word, he just gets up, goes inside, and comes back holding a single glass of water. No words of wisdom, no advice, just a silent demonstration. He holds the glass out and starts the lesson with a really simple question. He just asks, "Tell me, how heavy is this?" And the young man, he's thinking logically, so he gives the obvious answer. He's like, "Well, I can't tell you the exact weight, but it's very little." The master just nods. "Okay," he says. "But what if I hold it just like this for a few minutes?" And right there, that's it. He introduces the most important part of this whole thing. Time. "Puff, nothing will happen," the young man says, still pretty sure of himself. I mean, it makes sense, right? For just a few minutes, holding something that light, it's nothing. But the master keeps going, upping the ante. And for an hour? What if I hold it for a whole hour? Well, an ache will start in your arm, the student admits. Okay, so now he's getting it. The longer you hold it, the first signs of strain start to show up. And then the master brings it all the way back around to that big question, the one we started this whole thing with. What if I hold it just like this for an entire day? And now the student's answer is totally different. It's grim. It's serious. He lays out these awful physical consequences. You'd feel severe pain, numbness. Your muscles would be under this crazy strain. You might even end up with paralysis. And there it is. That right there is the central point of this whole story. It's so brilliant. The weight of the glass itself, it never changes. But the pain it causes, oh yeah, that definitely changes. So let's break this down. On one side, you have the glass of water. Its actual weight is constant. On the other, you have life's worries. Their initial impact is usually pretty small. But with the glass, the longer you hold it, the heavier it feels. And it's the exact same with our worries. The longer you dwell on them, the more pain they cause. So the problem isn't the worry itself, right? It's how long we decide to hold on to it. So the master asks one last simple question. To get rid of all that pain, he asks, what should I do? And you can just imagine the young man, his eyes lighting up as it all clicks. He gives the simplest answer in the world. Put the glass down. And the master just smiles. Exactly, he says. And life's problems, they're the same. Boom.
With that one sentence, the whole lesson just locks into place. That little physical demonstration was the perfect metaphor for what the young man was going through in his head.
So that brings us to the most important part, right? The so what, the takeaway. How do we take this ancient wisdom and actually apply it to our crazy modern lives? How do we learn how to put our own glass down? Well, it's actually a pretty simple 3-step process. Step 1, you've got to acknowledge your worries and your past stuff. Don't fight them, just see them. Step 2, learn whatever lesson is in there for you. What can you take away from it? And then step 3, and this is the big one, you have to consciously put the glass down. And what that really means is shifting your focus away from that old worry and onto what you can do right here, right now, in the present. And really, that's what this whole parable comes down to. It leaves us with this powerful, personal question. It kind of forces us to take a look at the unnecessary weight that we're all carrying around. So I'll leave you with this. Take a second and really ask yourself, what glass are you going to put down today?